Lang stopped looking for the treasure and resumed work on building the studio by hand on his property in Richmond Beach. And then, one rainy November evening in 1981, it happened.
Crazy friend Randy Smith with me. Randy is no longer with us anymore. Randy was the original maniac. He was the original maniac, folks.
Okay.
Okay? And he used to ride Harleys with me, and Randy is a big, kind of muscle-bound guy. And he was with me, and the night that I was digging along the north side of the property line, putting in the first foundation wall.
So you were digging for the studio at this
Correct,
point.
the very first wall that I had to
Okay.
put up underneath this old crappy 20 by 20 two-floor box. And it was like raining, and I had like this orange trouble light hanging down, and you know the sewer line was coming out of the house this way, and I'm digging against the bank, and all of a sudden the bank sloughs, and all of a sudden I look and I see this huge canister, plastic canister like this, just the side of it, and I froze. I froze in time. I just went, first thing I could think of, crazy Randy. Oh, no. I turned the light off and I go, Randy, I'm not feeling good, man. Why don't I run you home back down to Ballard? So I got in the car and we left, and I dropped him off at his place down there, for God's sakes. I'll never forget the drive home, for God's sake. What do I do? You know, oh, God damn, the light was red, son of a gun, you know. So I came back and pulled up and ran up the stairs. Just Susan, this was now maybe 10:30 at night. Susan was asleep, and I'm just like, I'm hightailing up those stairs so fast, I'm stumbling, falling, and going up there going, oh my God. So I got back in there, turned on the light, pulled the canister out, and took it like this, running over across the street. My wife was, in the house across the street. Right. And I just go in the door and shut the door, lock the door, and she goes, what's going on? I go, it's like, God, I can't believe it. I think this is it. And I sort of, the top was like rusted, kind of, but it was plastic. It was just, but the top of it was like metal, and I just kind of twisted off, and here's all these $100 bills just molded at the top, and just packed solid $100 bills.
Lang had no doubt that he had just found Dubby's treasure. He also knew that if Dubby had left the treasure here, it was so that he could afford to complete the studio they had both dreamed of building.
First of all, stop, say a prayer for Dubby. Yeah. And I stopped, I gave him a prayer in silence, and I said, I remember to my knowledge that I said, I will do the best I can.
Lang began quietly purchasing construction materials and electronics to complete his studio. One day, almost a year later, he was working on the construction when a car drove by and stopped. It circled the block and stopped again.
I'll never forget his name because he had a drifting eye. His name was Seymour. And I just kind of thought, well, this is right out of Rod Serling's. And so I said to him, I go, well, what's up? He goes, wow. He goes, what are you doing up there? It looks like you're putting in some pretty hefty foundations. And I went, yeah. I go, he goes, God, you're out there working in the weather. And I go, yeah. And I go, well, I got to get the job done. Because I was just obsessed with construction and building the studio. Right. I had so much energy in me from Dub. I mean, it was like a force that I can't really explain, but I just really had this incredible energy, and I still do. So Seymour goes, well, he goes, well, when are you going to get that wall done? I go, well, pretty soon. I go, well, why do you ask? And he looks at me and he goes, well, I'm thinking about buying that lot up there. All of a sudden,
Lang and Dubby had long wanted to buy the adjacent lot, but the owner hadn't wanted to sell. Now Lang had his chance. The lot was for sale. Lang immediately called the courthouse and in short order was talking on the phone to the estate's probate attorney, who told him that there would be an earnest money agreement in place on Monday morning. It was late Friday afternoon and Lang had to act quickly. Fortunately, the attorney was a musician who was looking for a place to record. He instructed Lang to put in an offer the first thing on Monday morning for $1,000 more than the other offer. Lang did, and the lot was his. The acceptance of his offer came 1 year later to the day of finding Dubby's buried treasure on his lot. Lang saw it as a sign that he was on the right path. With the studio partially completed, Lang and his wife were living on the property. It didn't take long before things started to happen that led Lang to believe that Dubby was still with him, sharing the studio that they had dreamed of building together.
The first experience of the ghostly thing, okay, was that my wife and I and the dog, our dog Cheswick, were woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and thump, 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 like somebody's running up the stairs up to our bedroom.
Yeah.
I flew out of bed. The dogs.
And this was across the street still.
This no.
Oh, this was
now
here.
we were
Okay.
now moved in the house.
Okay.
You know, so I jumped out of bed and I flew down those stairs, thinking that somebody was in our house.
Yeah, I would too.
And I mean, I was positive.
Sure.
Only, I mean, I flew down this. I mean, I jumped maybe a good 15 feet down. I mean, I didn't take the steps down. I just jumped. Like that, adrenaline and all.
Right.
Only to find out that the kitchen window was open about this much, and the wind was. This was in the summer, and I ran back upstairs and go, God damn! I go, I don't know what the hell that was, but it was really loud. So that was the first time that I thought maybe that there's some kind of occurrence going on.